we are looking at a fundamental shift in the AI landscape today.
Right. I mean, scammers are literally using AI to spin up 10,000 deceptive ads an hour right now. It is forcing Google into an unprecedented algorithmic war.
Welcome to the deep dive. We're really glad you're joining us.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us.
Today we're tracking Anthropic's sneaky new pricing model with Claude Opus 4.7. We'll also explore how GPT-5.4 Pro just made math professors weep.
Oh, that story is absolutely wild.
It really is. And we're going to unpack why Google is radically changing how it fights internet scammers. Let's start with the new intelligence baseline. Claude Opus 4.7 is officially out. It's positioned as their smartest public model.
Yeah, it's a completely fascinating release. They're calling it the most reliable model available right now. It actually holds the highest public spot on the HLE benchmark.
And that stands for human-level execution, right?
Exactly. And it hit 46.9% without using any external tools.
That number alone is quite impressive for a public model. But there's a totally new dynamic at play here.
The whole smarter means more expensive thing.
Right. The actual token prices are the exact same as 4.6. But Opus 4.7 just thinks much more. It uses higher effort levels to verify its own outputs.
Right, so it checks its own underlying logic for complex coding. It doesn't just spit out the very first answer. It pauses, it reflects internally, and, verifies the math before it ever speaks to you.
This completely changes how we interact with the machine. I mean, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself.
Oh, absolutely. We all do. You ask an older model for a complex script, and halfway through it just forgets the original parameters.
Yeah, the context window just degrades over time.
But Opus 4.7 actively fixes that drift. The internal verification acts as an anchor. It's basically your new baseline for professional reliability.
Let's compare the broader HLE stats a bit. Gemini 3.1 Pro is sitting at 44.4%.
And GPT-5.4 Pro is at 42.7.
So Claude is clearly leading the pack right now. But we really cannot ignore the Mythos Shadow.
Oh man, the Mythos Shadow. It's brilliant, slightly intimidating marketing. Anthropic's model card directly compared 4.7 to Claude Mythos.
Which is their unreleased, highly guarded internal model.
Right. And it scores 56.8% on that exact same test.
That is a massive 10% jump. They're deliberately holding back the true frontier to show us exactly what's coming next.
I kind of think of the Opus pricing like hiring a contractor.
How do you mean?
Well, you hire someone who charges the exact same hourly rate, but they take 40 hours instead of 10.
I see.
They do it to guarantee a perfect foundation, so you end up paying more for that extra hidden time.
Yeah.
Speaking of extra time, we really have to look at GPT 5.4 Pro.
Whoa, imagine a machine generating a mathematical proof so beautiful it makes human professors weep. Many experts are saying human intuition is officially cooked.
Because it cracked that legendary 60-year-old Erdős Problem. I want to linger on that idea for a second.
Go for it. Paul Erdős was this eccentric, brilliant 20th century mathematician. He believed God maintained a metaphorical book containing the most perfect, elegant proofs for every theorem.
Right, the famous book Proofs, and mathematicians strive to find those specific proofs.
Exactly. They aren't just looking for the right answer. They're looking for the most elegant, logical path. AI was always supposed to be just a brute force calculator, right?
Yeah, we thought it would solve math by just crunching endless numbers.
But GPT 5.4 Pro didn't do that. It found a genuinely beautiful, elegant solution. 2-sec silence. Does giving a model extra computing time actually guarantee a correct answer, or just a highly confident wrong one?
Well, it's actually about verifying the core logic. It doesn't just expand the text volume, It actively checks the steps before it answers and runs internal tests against its own assumptions.
So more compute equals genuine verification, but you better watch your token budget.
Precisely. You are paying for that internal reflection now, and this massive leap in reasoning changes everything.
It fundamentally alters the entire business model of artificial intelligence. You simply cannot offer flat monthly rates anymore when machines are doing this kind of heavy computational labor.
The economics simply don't work out. I mean, if a user asks for a 60-year-old math proof, the machine works overtime.
And Anthropic just made a massive move to address this. They officially shifted Claude Enterprise to usage-based billing.
Which perfectly matches your actual compute needs. Heavy corporate users are definitely going to see a sharp price jump.
It is a completely necessary move for their survival, though. The hardware supporting this hidden reasoning is booming right now. Cerebra Systems just snagged $850 million in new funding.
That is a staggering amount of capital to raise overnight. It boosts their total funding to nearly $3 billion.
$2.85 billion, to be exact. They are building faster, vastly smarter AI hardware. We desperately need that physical power to run these heavy tools. Look at the new Claude Code desktop app.
Yeah, that thing is entirely designed for parallel agentic coding.
Software that independently writes, tests, and ships its own code. Beat. It runs complex sessions across multiple repositories simultaneously.
Or it doesn't just sit around waiting for you to hit enter.
It just gets to work.
Yeah.
And these tools are merging with our daily design work. Canva just dropped their massive AI 2.0 update.
Yeah, using prompt-powered tools for almost everything now. You design and edit via simple text descriptions.
Google is doing the exact same thing within their ecosystem. They unlocked a side-by-side AI mode directly in Chrome.
That supports deep multi-tab grounding and massive PDF analysis, right?
Exactly. You access it seamlessly via a new plus menu, but the real industry drama is the Suspocalypse.
Oh, yeah. Rumors are exploding online about Opus 4.7 being a legitimate Figma-Killer tool.
Let's unpack the causality there. Figma is the absolute industry standard for interface design.
Right, everybody relies on it.
If Opus can generate perfect, tested interfaces from simple text prompts, Figma's dominance is totally threatened. And the timing of these rumors is highly suspicious.
Because Chief Product Officer Mike Krieger just abruptly quit Anthropic's board.
And Krieger is a legendary design visionary. He co-founded Instagram.
Right. It feels like the entire design industry is bracing for impact. He might be stepping away due to direct conflicts of interest.
The fundamental landscape of software is shifting under our feet. 2-sec silence. Are we seeing the death of the flat-rate software subscription model in real time?
Well, processing power is a hard physical constraint. Charging per use is really the only sustainable path forward. These companies just can't absorb infinite compute costs.
Right. Usage-based billing means we are basically paying for digital electricity now.
That is the perfect way to look at it.
Businesses are paying for AI like electricity. They use it to build amazing, complex things every single day, but bad actors are constantly using that exact same cheap electricity
To break things at an unprecedented scale.
Yeah.
Google's 2025 Ad Safety Report is honestly terrifying.
Scammers are using large language models at a truly massive scale.
Yeah, they churn out 10,000 unique ad variants an hour. That volume would have been physically impossible just 2 years ago.
Let's explain how that actually works. In the past, a scammer uploaded a single malicious ad.
Right, Google caught it, banned the account, and blacklisted the image.
The problem was temporarily solved. But now, that same scammer uses an LLM. The AI generates 10,000 completely unique variations of the ad copy.
So banning the individual accounts is now totally useless. Bad actors just script new ones via API instantly. It takes them milliseconds.
Google had to change their entire defensive strategy to survive. They are essentially banning AI ads entirely, but they're surprisingly keeping the actual advertisers on the platform.
They're fighting fire with fire using their Gemini models. They train Gemini to target the content instead of the individual creators.
It looks for the semantic intent behind the deceptive ad. The statistics on this shift are absolutely wild to read.
Yet Google removed 8 billion ads globally last year, yet the total number of suspended accounts actually dropped.
In the United States alone, 1.7 billion ads were pulled.
And in India, the metrics look even more extreme. Blocked ads nearly doubled almost overnight to 483.7 million.
Meanwhile, actual account bans in India fell sharply. They went from 2.9 million down to 1.7 million.
Because Google focuses purely on policing the individual creatives now. And this new automated approach is highly effective in practice.
They successfully reduced accidental account suspensions by 80%. Google claims their systems catch 99% of policy-violating ads.
Literally catching them before human eyes ever see them.
But there is a huge, undeniable business tension here. Google's massive corporate revenue depends entirely on ads running continuously.
Right, balancing platform safety with the bottom line is incredibly tricky.
It is especially hard when 602 million blocked ads were malicious scams. That is a massive volume of bad traffic to filter out daily. 2-sec silence. If Google's AI catches 99% of scams, what happens when scammers upgrade to smarter AI?
It just forces Google's Gemini to train even harder. It creates a perpetual, invisible machine war behind the scenes where neither side can ever afford to stop innovating.
It essentially becomes an endless arms race between two opposing algorithms.
Mm-hmm. And it never really stops.
This invisible arms race is completely fascinating. But it's not just happening in the dark shadows of the internet. The people actively using AI every day are fundamentally changing.
We're seeing a massive demographic shift in real time. The original bro culture of ChatGPT is rapidly closing.
At launch, roughly 80% of all early users were men. It was heavily dominated by coders and tech enthusiasts.
But new viral data shows a massive, rapid demographic shift. AI is truly becoming a universal human tool now.
We are seeing the total normalization of AI everywhere. People who never coded a day in their lives are now power users.
Google Chrome Skills is a perfect example of this accessibility. It lets everyday users save and instantly repeat complex AI workflows.
You discover a great prompt sequence and you just save it. You don't have to be a dedicated prompt engineer anymore.
You just click a button and the browser handles the heavy lifting. Then you have the new Gemini 3.1 Flash TTS.
Which brings incredibly realistic multi-speaker dialogue to the table. It seamlessly supports over 70 distinct languages.
Right, and with inline audio tags, too. So you let users control the emotion. You adjust the pacing and the tone of the synthetic voice.
It feels incredibly natural and intuitive for regular people to use. And Xpilot is becoming incredibly useful for modern educators.
Oh yeah, it takes plain text documents and turns them into accurate video courses.
It's perfect for users who need to explain complex things clearly. It totally removes the inherent risk of dangerous AI hallucinations.
Because it strictly grounds the video generation in your provided text. It doesn't invent new facts.
It just translates your document into a highly engaging visual format. These tools are deeply embedding themselves into our daily routines.
They're no longer standalone websites you have to intentionally visit.
You don't have to open a separate tab to access the intelligence. It is just baked into the browser you already use. Beat? As demographics broaden and tools get embedded into Chrome, does the concept of using AI eventually disappear entirely?
I agree with that completely. It's just like Wi-Fi. Soon people won't even think about the underlying AI. They'll just blindly expect their digital tools to be smart.
Yeah, the technology just vanishes into the background of how computers work.
Sponsor it.
We are witnessing the true industrialization of AI today. It has rapidly matured from a simple, fascinating novelty into a foundational utility for our entire modern society.
We have models solving legendary 60-year-old math problems with pure elegance.
We have agentic systems writing incredibly complex code completely independently. This reality is forcing the tech industry to radically adapt.
They absolutely must adopt usage-based billing just to survive the immense compute costs. You simply cannot offer flat rates for infinite digital electricity.
At the same time, the sheer scale of generation is overwhelming. It is forcing giant companies like Google to react defensively.
They have to use advanced AI to police malicious AI.
It fundamentally shifts the ongoing war against internet scammers. They are targeting the generated content instead of targeting the individual people. It is a complete paradigm shift in modern cybersecurity. 2-sec silence.
Yes.
I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. GPT 5.4 produced a mathematical proof today. It was so remarkably elegant it broke a 60-year barrier. It literally made human mathematical experts weep.
Wow.
We always assumed machines would conquer us with brute force calculation. We never expected them to conquer us with pure elegance. What happens to human intuition in other deeply specialized fields? Are we slowly losing our monopoly on elegance? Or is AI simply pushing us to ask much harder questions? Stay deeply curious out there, keep a close eye on your token usage, and take some time to explore the tools we discussed today. Until next time.